Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us today. My name is Li Sheng, and I had the distinct role of the project lead and primary scriptwriter of our Big Explainer video project. This presentation is the culmination of several weeks of intensive research, creative development, and collaborative effort. Our goal was not just to complete an assignment, but to create a piece of media that was granularly informative and impactful on a subject we believe is critically important. A project of this nature is never a solo endeavor. It thrives on the strength of a dedicated team. So it is my pleasure to introduce the talented individuals who made this all possible.
I am Li Cherui. My responsibilities were centered on the initial foundational phase of the project. I act as the team's researcher, diving deep into the world of deepfakes. This involves consuming a wide array of sources, from academic journals discussing the technical mechanics of generative adversarial networks, to news reports covering real-world deepfake scams, and ethical analysis of the societal implications. My primary task was to synthesize this complex information into a clear, accurate, and compelling narrative framework. Once the core ideas were established, I translated them into a detailed shot-by-shot storyboard. This storyboard was our essential visual guide, mapping out every scene, transition, and graphic element long before we started production, ensuring all team members were aligned visually and narratively.
Hi everyone, I'm Lu Yang. I was the lead for all things video. My role encompassed visual design and site creation, which was a multi-faceted process. It began with establishing a consistent visual identity for the video, choosing a color, panel, photography, and a graphic style that felt both modern and slightly ominous to match the serious tone of our topic. I was then responsible for bringing the story brought to life. This means sourcing high-quality, royal-free stock footage that fit our scenes, but more importantly, it involved creating a large number of custom assets. I designed that builds all the animated graphics, such as the explanatory diagrams showing how AI maps faces, and created or sourced icons that would help simplify complex ideas. A significant part of my role also involved visual effects work to create the glitch and manipulation effects that are central to illustrating the concept of a deepfake.
And I'm Chen Yi. My domain was everything you hear and the final assembly of the video. As the person in charge of audio and post-production, my work began in the late stages but was crucial for polishing the final product. I edited the voiceover according to ensure it was clear, well-paced, and I was responsible for the video editing, synchronizing the audio track with all the visual assets provided by Liu Yang, color grading and footage for a consistent look, and ensuring the final videos flowed smoothly from start to finish.
Now, let's delve into the heart of our project. Our explainer video is titled Digitalize: How Deepfakes Are Reshaping Our Reality. The topic selection process was the team effort. We brainstormed several ideas but kept returning into the core subject of deepfakes. We were enormously struck by its immediacy and profound significance. It isn't a distant sci-fi script. It is a present-day challenge with documented cases of crime, political manipulation, and personal harm occurring globally. We felt a strong sense of purpose to create a resource that could evaluate public understanding. We wanted to move beyond the sensationalist headlines and provide a sober, well-reasoned exploration of how this technology works, the concrete risk it poses, and what can be done about it. The video's content and structure. We employed a classic problem solution narrative, but with a strong emphasis on creating an engaging reviewer experience from the very first second. We begin with a high-impact, cinematic hook, a rapid sequence of plausible but fabricated deepfake scenarios involving recognizable public figures. The intention here is to immediately capture the audience attention and to viscerality demonstrate the uncanny valley effect, creating a sense of unease and curiosity. We then transition into the explanatory section, where we use clean, simplified the animation to demystify the core technology. We specifically break down the concept of generative adversarial network, or GAN, using visual metaphors and icons to explain how one AI creates the fix while another tries to detect it, in the continuous loop of improvements that results in highly convincing forgeries.
Now established, the central body of our video is dedicated to detailed exploration to solve what? The tangible risks. We organize these risks into three categories to build a compelling argument. The first category is financial fraud and targeted scams. Here, we didn't just speak in abstractions. We incorporated specific documented cases, such as the aforementioned UK energy company scam. We storyboarded scenes that put the viewer in the shoes of the employee receiving a frantic video from a trusted authority figure, making the threat be immediate and personal. We also highlighted the emergent threat of virtual kidnapping, which uses manipulated audio to exploit the most basic human instincts for loved one's safety. Second, broader risk categories is mass misinformation and society destabilization. This section is considered the weaponization of deepfakes on a macro scale. We illustrated how a fabricant speak from a political leader to incite violence, or how fake news report about the financial collapse could trigger bucket headaches. The current danger we emphasize here is the exposure of a shared reality, which is about battle to factually study. The third and most deeply personal risk we address is the replication of a digital sexual assault. We felt the responsibility to handle this with sensitivity while not shy away from its severity. We use powerful statistics and audible advice examples to highlight how this technology is predominantly used as a tool of harassment and abuse against women, posing profound and lasting psychological trauma representing a mere form of digital violence.
After presenting what is admittedly a concerning picture, we knew it was vital to provide a sense of agency and hope. Therefore, the final segment of our video is squarely focused on solutions and empowerment. We deliberately framed the fight against deepfakes as a multi-front effort, avoiding the notion of a single silver bullet. We split the screen to visually represent three concurrent solutions. First, the technological arms race, showing case interfaces of AI detection tools that analyze videos for subtle digital fingerprints left by manipulation algorithms. Second, we show the legal and the regulatory response, with footage of parliamentary hearings and discussions about creating new laws to criminalize the malicious creation and distribution of deepfakes. Third, and we argued most importantly, is the human solution, fostering critical thinking and digital literacy. We visualized this with themes of educational workshops, encouraging viewers to become more spectacle consumers of media, to verify sources, and to think critically before sharing content online. We end on a purposeful and reflective note, with text cards emphasizing that technology itself is a neutral tool. Its impact is defined by the ethics and intentions of its users. Our final call to action is for viewers to stay informed, stay spectacle, and actively participating in shaping a responsible digital future.
Now we'd like to transition into a more personal reflection on our creative journey. The process of taking this project from a bare concept to a finished, polished video was a profound learning experience, filled with both challenges and breakthroughs. It began, as Li detailed, with a deep and sometimes overwhelming dive into research. We had to constantly balance the need for technical accuracy with the need for accessibility, ensuring our script was both credible and understandable to a layperson. The next phase, translation from script to visuals, presented our biggest creative hurdle: how to create compelling, realistic visuals for a phenomenon that, by its very nature, is designed to be invisible. Our limited budget ruled out that expensive stock footage or professional actors, which forced us to think more creatively and innovatively. This constraint, however, directly led us to explore and integrate generative AI as a core component of our production workflow, turning a challenge into a significant opportunity for learning.
Generative AI became our unexpected collaborative partner, and our use of it was multifaceted. For instance, in the front segment, we need a realistic-looking portrait headshot of our fractional CEO. Instead of sourcing a genetic stock photo, We use an AI image generator like Midjourney. We feed it detailed prompts describing the age, ethnicity, attire, and even the desired demeanor of the person. Assuredly, senior exclusive in a suit with a slight smile, professional headshot. After several iterations, we selected the most photorealistic output. This is an unique copyright-free image that perfectly fits our narrative. Furthermore, for the visual effects indicating the video was a deepfake, we use AI video tools to apply data monitoring and schedule face worsening effects to our stock footage. This was far more effective and customizable than trying to create these complex graphics effects manually from scratch. We also leveraged AI-powered audio tools to enhance the clarity of our voiceover recording and to generate some of the cinematic glittery sound effects that accompany the multi-blended visuals.
Most profound lesson we learned throughout this process is that generative AI is an exceptionally powerful tool for ideas, argumentation, execution, but it lacks intentionally and narratively understanding. It excelled in the early stages by helping us generate logos and visual concepts based on keywords like cinematic, text, or digital needs, which dramatically sped up our style exploration. However, we quickly discovered its limitations. The AI cannot understand story arcs or emotional pacing. We encountered instances of AI hallucinations where generated images contain bizarre yet illogical elements. This told us that AI's output is only as good as the human guidance it receives. It was our meticulously crafted storyboard script, the human blueprint that allowed us to curate, edit, and piece together the AI-generated assets into a coherent, persuasive, and emotionally resonant narrative. The AI provided a vast box of data bricks, but we were the architects building the final structure according to our detailed plans.
Our key insight, therefore, is that the optional use of generative AI is fundamentally a human-centered process. It requires what we call prompt engineering, skill of craft detailed, specific, and iterative instructions. A wide prompt like create a deepfake video yields useless results. An effective prompt, however, would be a short video clip of a woman in her 30s looking concerned at a computer screen. On the screen, a glitching video feed of a man in a suit, style, realistic, dimming lit outfits, thematicalizing a sense of tension. This level of detail guides the AI effectively. This project gave us nuanced perspective on the future of creative work. It's not about AI replacing human creators. It's about creators who can effectively leverage AI as a tool, having a significant advantage. The core skills of critical thinking, ethical judgment, storytelling, and artistic direction become more valuable than ever. In an era of AI-generated content, the human ability to provide context, emotion, and meaning is the ultimate differentiator.
In conclusion, this project was far more than an academic exercise. It was a practical immersion into the very technological landscape we were critiquing. We used AI tools to create a video about the dangers and ethical implications of AI. This recursive experience taught us that technology is a powerful amplifier of human intention. It can be wielded for deception and harm, or as we strive to do, for education, awareness, and empowerment. The responsibility lies not with the technology itself, but with us, the creators, the consumers, the citizens. It reinforced the very message of our video, the need for vigilance, critical thinking, and proactive engagement with the digital world. Thank you for your attention.